Good morning and welcome to Commencement 2020. We're so glad to have all you seniors, graduate students, parents, and others joining us. But this doesn't actually look like commencement is supposed to look. And a few minutes ago, I think I saw you riding around on a golf cart in your regalia. Were you late to the ceremony?
No, but hopefully you had a chance to look at the virtual tunnel video that the faculty created for the class of 2020.
And that's what it was about. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you watch that after this clip. But we did want to find a way to virtually acknowledge that today is your commencement, seniors and graduate students, and this is just a tremendous accomplishment. You've made it to the finish line. And here we are in, it sounds like I'm in Statuary Hall at Congress because it's echoing, because there are no people here. We're socially distanced. This is still the era of COVID-19, but why is this place so important for seniors?
So on May 23rd, the date we had for commencement, we would have been here in the Kessler Student Activity Center, the KSAC. We've got this historic Taylor seal behind us, and typically the graduates funnel in, and this is where the actual tunnel would take place typically. But of course, as we've talked about all semester, we've had to learn to retain our sense of community even though we're not incarnationally together, and that's true today as well. But it must feel kind of strange because for seniors, you've actually completed the race. You've finished your classes, gone through finals, submitted your final projects, wrapping up your final classes, some of you maybe this summer, but you've completed your degree. And so we wanted to take some time to celebrate. And of course, we've marked the date August 15th on our calendars to actually have the commencement here on campus. And we're all excited about that. We're all looking forward to that, making plans for that down the road.
But we wanted to honor this day because for many of you, and certainly for many of us, there's just a real, a little lump in the throat that we're not going to have commencement. And for me, it would have been my first commencement as your president. So we all have, reasons to be sad this day, but also reasons to just laugh and enjoy one another. And so we're actually going to share a few thoughts, a little preview of what you'll hear in August as we are thinking about the time when we really will be together in person. And so I've asked our provost, Dr. Hammond, to kind of talk about what is it that we try to do here at Taylor University that this is so important when we speak to our graduates for the last time.
This is what we sometimes talk about as the hallmarks of a Taylor graduate. And one of the great privileges for me serving in the role of provost and executive vice president is having some responsibilities and connections to our faculty and to the academic mission of the university. And we all serve that mission, but it's something that's, for me, very deep and heartfelt because I know how much I believe in that idea of the liberal arts in a Christian context. So at Taylor, we talk about things like intentional community. We've even started Taylor Together and not defined by geography. We kind of added to this. And we talk about the integration of faith and learning all the time. From your first semester at Taylor, you go to foundations class, you go to classes, we talk about integration of faith and learning. And in some ways we think, well, that's just part of Taylor. But this is the moment when it's really part of the rest of your life. And that sounds a little cheesy, but it's really something that we believe here. This idea that you in your faith, as you live this out, that it's deeply rooted in ways that everything you see around you, everything you learn and everything you discover is part of God's creation. There's an excitement about that now you get to practice away from Taylor as you move on as a Taylor alumni, and you get to practice that in your chosen discipline or field, or whatever field you decide to enter into as you have options in the future. So that starts now. That doesn't start August 15th. That starts for you today. And we're proud of you. We know how much, especially this year, especially this semester, has been a challenge for you. And yet, we also know that every time we go through crisis, it reveals our true character. And I know many of you in this class, and I know how much you have that depth of Christian character, that depth of intellectual pursuit and intellectual curiosity that will catapult you into your career. So we'll save the full speech for August, but I just want to commend you, let you know how much I'm proud of you, proud to be associated with this class of 2020. Yes, we wish we were together. We long for that reunion that we'll have in August. We long for that incarnational aspect to who we are. But we want you to know that we're proud of you today as you wrap up and complete the race.
Yeah, it's such a moment, isn't it? And it's not just the words, but we have some symbols that are really important to that. I mean, we're here behind a historic Taylor seal. I'm wearing the one that was inaugurated under President Habecker, a redesigned seal. And each of these is important, and each of these seals and symbols has meaning. And I want to talk about 3 that have particular meaning for our Taylor graduates. Of course, the first thing is your diploma. As Dr. Hammond has said, this is the sign that you have completed the race. This is the sign of your academic accomplishment. And I hope that you all feel a real sense of accomplishment. Even though your classes ended a little differently than you had planned, I hope that you dug deep and finished the race well and feel a real sense of satisfaction that, yes, you have graduated. Yesterday, the Board of Trustees approved all of you, and so it is a delight to symbolically award you your diploma. When you came in as freshmen, those of you that had started as freshmen, you received a towel, and this was probably given to you when somebody washed your feet. And you may remember that first communion service when upperclassmen gathered around you and prayed, something you probably didn't expect. And this was a sign that you were beginning a journey of doing something a little different. You weren't just here to be at a party school and have fun. You weren't just here to go to classes. But there was something deeper that we were interested in, and that's the formation of who you are as a person who is a follower of Jesus Christ and learning to serve others the way he served us. And he did it, as we've talked about, he did it incarnationally. He didn't phone it in, he didn't send it to somebody else, he didn't do it long distance. He got in there and touched people's dirty hands and dirty feet and washed them. And that journey started for you when you received this first towel. But now you've finished those 4 years, and you're receiving another towel. This is the Taylor towel with the Taylor seal on it. This is a sign that you have finished this chapter of your formation, and now you have been as formed as you can be here at Taylor, and as Dr. Hammond said, you are ready to go and use the Taylor towel as an alumnus of Taylor University, but also continuing to carry that same passion to minister Christ's redemptive love and truth to a world in need. And then finally, the last symbol, the Bible with the Taylor seal on it. We all probably have lots of Bibles, lots of translations, but this one I hope that you take as a special remembrance of one that you share with every other person who is graduating today, that you remember that you weren't here just to get an education or even a liberal arts education, but you came to Taylor for a Christian liberal arts education, to be fully formed, to have the mind of Christ, to be solidly grounded in his word. And this is the heart of what we do and why we do it. All these other things grow out of this, our love for Jesus Christ and the word that he gave us. So as you go, take these symbols with you. We would love to hand them to you in August, but today take them in your heart and be grateful. And so these are some of the most important things about our time together that we would be doing today.
Yeah, and
parting thoughts for our graduates.
Well, and I just want to say that if you haven't seen the faculty tunnel video, that's one of those other traditions that's so true to who Taylor is, because it's not something that was designed and handed down. It's just sort of over the years evolved into this massive part of entering into the commencement ceremony. So I appreciate the faculty who were involved in planning that, and all the faculty who participated. But they love you so much, and they care about you so much. And that participation that you saw in that video was them reaching out and wanting to be able to congratulate you in person. And they'll be here to do that in August. So we're proud of you, especially what you persevered through this semester. We're thankful for you, grateful for your connection to us. Can't wait to see you again very soon.
God be with you until we meet again.